Importation and exportation of goods. After studying this chapter, you will be able to comprehend the statutory provision pertaining to importation and exportation. The comprehend this duty is an obligation of the person in charge of the conveyance and bringing goods into and taking goods out of India. Understanding the apply of procedure for clear range of importation and exportation of goods. Understanding the provision relating to the postal articles and stores, and understanding the applies of procedure relating to the clearance of the baggage. The analysis of the statutory provision pertaining to transit and transshipment, and appreciate the difference between two. Chapter of importation, statutory provisions, procedure for clearance of imported goods, exportation, procedure for clearance and exportation goods, procedure for postal articles, special provision of relation to the articles, and special provision related to clearance of baggage and transit provisions. Introduction. The principal governance relieved by the exception from the customs duty here already has been discussed in the provision chapter. These various procedures under the Customs Act with governing assignment, collection, transportation, and other important aspects. The procedure relating to the assessment and collection customs duties are disclosed in this chapter. The provision in relation to the transportation as well understood when the studies of the importation and exportation procedures, since both chapters are governed by the same legal obligation. Hence, this provision relating to the transportation has been covered in the current chapter. Importation. In this chapter, we will discuss the procedure for the assessment and collection of customs duty relating to the following six situations. Imported goods by sea, goods imported by air, imported goods by land, imported by post, good imported by passenger and its luggage, and ship stores considered to be imported and charged to customs duty ship stores. This special provision has been made in respect of the later three kinds of import, though they are necessary to coverage one of the three earlier items. Definition of import items. Adjudicating authority, section 2(1) means any authority competent to pass any order or any decisions under the sun does not involve a board, commissioner, or appeal tribunal. This additional authority can adjudicate demand of customs duty, confiscate and penalize under this customs act. Assessment under section 2 subclass 2. Assessment means determination of a dutiable of a goods and the amount of duty tax, cesses or any sum personal payable. If so, under the Second Act and under the Customs Act 1975, hereinafter. Refer to the Customs Tariff Act. Under any other law time being enforced, a reference to the tariff classification of the goods are determined in accordance with the provision of Customs Tariff Act. Value of goods are determined in accordance with the Act and Customs Tariff Act. An exemption, concession of tax, duty, cess, any other sum consequent upon notification issued by the Act, Customs Tariff Act, are under the law of time being enforced. The quantity, the weight, the volume, the measurement, and other specific, whether such a duty, such tax, such cess, or any other sum is leviable on the basis of the quantity, weight, volume, measurement, other specific as goods. The origin of the goods determined in accordance with the provision of Customs Act, and the rules made therein the amount of duty, amount of tax, amount of cess, any other sum is affected by the origin of such a goods. Any other specific factor which affects the duty, tax, cess, or any other sum payable of the goods. Any include provision assessment, self-assessment, reassessment, and other assessment. Duty assessment is nil. Baggage. Section 3(2) subsection 3 include unaccumulated luggages but does not include motor vehicles. Unaccumulated luggages does not include motor vehicles. Beneficial owners. Section 2 subsection 3. A beneficial owner means any person on who the behalf of the goods are being imported or exported, or who exercise the effective control over the goods being imported or exported. Bill of entry, section 2 subclass 4 means a bill of entry refers to section 46 to be filled when the goods are imported by air or by sea. This is not to be confused with the bill of lading, which is a receipt issued by the carrier to be consigned by the goods. Bill of export, section 2 plus 5. Bill of export refers to section 50 to be filled and the goods are exported via land road. Coastal goods, section 2 subclass 1 means the goods other than imported goods transported in vessels from one point of India to another. Convenience section 2 might including vessels or aircraft or vehicles. Customs are section 2 the first one. Customs airport means any airport appointed under the clause A. Section 7 to the customs airport import and includes appointment of the class AA of the section of the air freight station. Customs area section 211. The customs area means the area of customs station or a customs warehouse or including any LAs imported goods or exported goods or originally kept through the clearance of customs authority. Customs port section 2 clause 12 means any port appointed under the clause A of section 10 to be a customs port and include the place appointed under the clause AA of the section to be inland container depot. Customer station, section 213A means any customs port, customs airport, international courier terminal, foreign post office, or land of customs station. Dutiable goods, section 214 means any goods which is chargeable to duty on which goods has been paid or ordered to dutiable and the article is first satisfy both the following conditions. Article should fall within the ambit of the word goods and the section 2 subsection 22. Article should be mentioned in the customs tariff. Entry section 2 subsection in relation to the goods mean entry means bill of entry, shipping bill or bill of export. I include the entry mode under the regulation of section 84. Exporter section 120. Export relation to the any goods and time being this entry of goods and a time when there is export, including any owner, beneficial owner, any other person holding himself out of this exporter. Foreign Post Office section 2 sub 20A means any post office appointed under section class E or section 1 of class 7 of foreign post office. Foreign going vessels or aircraft section 221 means any vessel or aircraft or time being engaged in the carrier of goods or passengers. Between any import or export of India or port of airport outside India by touching any intermediate ports or airport of India or not. Any naval vessel from the foreign government takes part of any naval operation exercise. A naval engaged in the fishing or any other operation outside the territorial water of India. A naval vessel or aircraft proceeding to be a place outside India for the purpose whatsoever. And here in definition that is two limbs. The first limb applies to a vessel or aircraft or time being engaged in the carriage of passenger or goods between a port or airport in India or a port or airport outside India. Second limb covered in the vessel which is proceeding to the place outside India or engage in activities outside India. Territorial vessels or exercise in which foreign naval vessels take part in this naval exercise. Goods section 222 goods include vessels, aircraft, vehicles, stores, baggage, currency, negotiable instrument, any other kind of movable properties, any other kind of movable properties. Import section 222 when in grammatical variation of cognate expression means bringing into India from the place outside India. The definition of import is not restricted only the commercial import. It only means bringing a goods from one place outside India to India, meaning the import has been one or most contiguous issue of customs. There are two schools of thought. One school of thought is import gets completed when the vessels carry goods across territory water India. Another school of thought is the import is complete when the goods are mingled with the land mass of India. This settled law is favor of second school of thought. This is called Garland Silk Mills, UAU 1999. The import of goods to India has commerce when the goods enter into the water of India, but continue and complete only when the goods are become part of the mass of goods within India. Yes, and this taxable event occurs only when the goods reaches the customs barrier and the bill of entry of home consumption is filed. Arrival manifesto or import manifesto or import report section 2 section 94 means that the report required to be delivered under section 30. It means noted that the import required and it's required only the goods are imported via land route. Import goods section 222 section 2 subclass 25 means any goods be bring into India from place outside India but does not include goods which is not clear of consumption. Importer is under section 226. Importer is relation to any goods at the time between importation, the time when the clearance of the good consumption, including any owner, beneficial owner, any person holding himself out of this importer. Definition of importer include not only the owner but also any other person holding on this owner. Owner is a person who is holding documents of the title of the goods. This is include the IC buyers. However, the imports also include any person holding himself or to be the importer purpose of clearance of goods. This person who files the import document of import documents. Section India, Section 225 includes territorial water of India. The definition of India is an inclusive definition including not only the landmass of India but also territorial water of India. Territorial water extends to 2 nautical miles to the sea where associate baseline. International Korea Terminal Section 228 means any place appointed under the clause F of Section 1 or Section 7 to be International Korea Terminal. Person in charge Section 2 relation to the person in charge vessel, master of the aircraft, commander of the pilot in charge of aircraft, railway train, the conductor, guard, or any person having chief direction of train, or any other convenience driver or other person in charge of convenience. Prohibited goods section 233 means any goods that is importer or an exporter which subject to any obligation on the customs act or any other law of time being enforced but do not include such goods or result which is condition subject to the goods or permitted to be imported or exported have been completed. Stores section 238 means goods for the use in the vessel or aircraft and include fuels, spare goods or articles of equipment that are not an immediate fitting. Definition does not cover on the goods or being vehicle. Vehicles means conveyance of any section 242 conveyance of any kind used on land or including vehicle or railway station. Statutory provision. For this above seen the import of such bringing anything into India from the place outside India getting completed once the goods culminate in the landmass of India. Also, general includes vessel, aircraft, vehicles, stores, baggage, currency, and other mobile property. Provision of procedures or importation goods as given under section 29, 38, 45, and 49 of Customs Act 1962. The same has been disclosed in the details of subsequent paragraph. Arrival of vessels or aircraft in India, section 29. The section provides the person in charge of the vessel or a aircraft entered in India from any place outside India shall not cause or permit the vessel or an aircraft to call or land for the first time after arrival in India or after a time while carrying passengers or cargo brought in vessels or aircraft at any place other than the customs port or a customs airport as the case may be unless permitted by the board. In other words, a vessel or a aircraft entering India outside India can only call or land at the customs port or customs airport. However, the Central Board of Indirect Tax or Customs can permit calling and landing of vessels or aircraft at any place other than customs port or customs airport. Any conviction of its provision will operate as a presumption against the person in charge of convenience or beneficial owner to have an intentional to illegally import goods on India. So the entry of an attempt to enter any goods originate from outside India to any place other than customs airport or customs seaport is bad. Exemption. Above provision is not applicable in relation to any message or aircraft which is compelled to by accident, stress of weather, or unavailable clause to a call or land at a place other than the customs port or customs airport. However, the person in charge of the vessel is following obligated cost on him. He will have to report the arrival of the shipboard, the arrival of vessel, or landing of the aircraft to the nearest customs officer or officer of the charge of the police station or procedure of the logbook demanded. He should not allow any unloading of goods within the permission or should not allow any person or crew to leave immediately vicinity of this vessel's aircraft. However, the goods can be removed or the passengers of the crew can be allowed to depart if the same is necessary for the reason of health, safety, or preservation of life or property. He should comply with all the direction given by such officer with respect to such goods. Delivery or arrival of manifest or import manifest or import report. Section 30. After ensuring that the vessels or aircrafts are landed only in the imported aircraft or port or the aircraft, further the duty is cast upon the person in charge of the vessel or delivery of aircraft manifest or import manifest. The arrival manifest or import manifest or import report is detailed manifest information to imports about the goods in the vessels aircraft which is being bought in the port or aircraft unloaded in the particular port or international port. And also they will be carrying further another other import airports and airports, ports and airports. Declaration of such cargo has to be made in description form to be termed Import General Manifest (IGM) and prescribed manner. Import via land route required filling a declaration called import report. The goods involved export may also be carried to import conveyance, the vessel other, without such goods being delivered in India. IM and IR should also contain of goods or details of goods means exports are carried by the conveyance. A similar provision for import, including detail of imported goods, is required Section 41 in the export manifesto in filed by the person in charge of the conveyance of carrying export goods before departure of the conveyance. Time limit of delivery of IGM/IR. The person in charge of vehicle vessel or a aircraft or vehicle carrying imported goods or any other person or any being specified by the value case of value of vessel or aircraft delivered to a proper officer to the arrival manifesto and import manifesto by presentation electronically prior to the arrival of the vessel or the aircraft. As the case may be, or in the case of this arrival vehicle, imported goods within the 12 hours after the arrival of the customs station to be prescribed form. Particulars, import documents, time limit of prescription of IM, IR, mode of presentation. When the imported goods are brought into vessel, arrival manifesto imported goods are brought into aircraft. Because import documents, arrival manifesto, import manifesto. Time limit for presentation of IM, IR, any time period to arrival of aircraft or any time prior to arrival of vessels and aircraft. Mode of presentation, electronic filing. Particulars where important goods are bought in a vehicle. The import document is import report. Time limit of presentation of the IM and IR within 12 hours after the arrival in the customs station. Mode of presentation prescribed manner. A note, in the case where it is not feasible to deliver the arrival manifesto or import manifesto by the presenting them electronically, the principal commissioner or commissioner of customs may allow the same to be delivered by any other manner. If the arrival manifesto or the import manifesto or the import report or any part therefore is not delivered to the proper officer within the prescribed limit, the proper officer will satisfy that there is no sufficient cause for such a delay. The person in charge would liable to penalty of 50,000 rupees, and the person delivering the arrival manifesto or import manifesto or import report shall make and subscribe a declaration as a truth on its content on the form of therein. Belated filing of IGM. The arrival manifesto or the import manifesto or import report file belated may also accepted by the proper officer on a valid justified grounds. Amendment of IGM. If the proper officer is satisfied that the arrival manifest or import manifest or import report is in any way incorrect or incomplete or there is no fraudulent intention, he may permit to be amend or supplement Section 33. Subsequent amendment of IGM will not be treated as a late filing. CBIC Customs Manual 2015 Chapter 2. However, CBIC in caution circular super this should not be used to supervene the penal provision of the late filing. Passenger and crew arrival manifesto or passenger name record information. Section 38. The person in charge of the conveyance that enters India from any place outside India or any other person or such may prescribe shall deliver to the proper officer. The passenger and the crew arrival manifesto before arrival in the case of the aircraft or a vehicle or upon arrival in case of vehicles and passenger name record information arrival of person form contain any such particular such manner as within time as may be prescribed.